Hi, I'm Essie.
And I'm Elle.
Welcome back to Magic and Mayhem. Okay, hello. So, today we're doing our March ranking. So, all of the reads that we did in March. Let's see, you had the same books read.
Yeah, 22.
23.
23. I lied.
Third month in a row. She said 23.
I'm consistent.
I told her she has to keep it up the rest of the year now. Which is not going to happen because we're doing the 30 and 30 for April. But
Yes, it's going to break my streak entirely.
very sad.
Unless, of course, I fail.
I mean, let's not put that out there. And then I read 28 this month. However, we're going to do Elle's books first. So.
Okay. Although one disclaimer is that I did accidentally slip and read a book I wasn't supposed to. So, so I had to, that is not on the list. That's why there is a placeholder book, which I did read it, but normally we only do one cover per, but that is why we're breaking that rule today.
Yes.
And I'll just rank these both at the same time. They're Pandora Hearts. And I'll put them, I think I did actually like this one slightly more than this one. So,
interesting.
Oh, I'll change it up. Then I read Over My Dead Body. Very good graphic novel. It is geared a bit younger than I thought it was.
Oh, really?
Just a bit. You can kind of tell that it's intended for kind of younger teens, I feel like.
Okay.
Not a bad thing,
Mm-hmm.
but because it is, the plot is a little bit predictable, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Gorgeous art. And that does not take away from it. So I did enjoy reading this one. And as I said, the art is just gorgeous. Okay, so Dear Medusa. This one I have to immediately say, check the triggers immediately. It's a difficult book to read. It is very good. It got 5 stars from me. I probably wouldn't recommend it for most people. You really have to be in the right space for this. And I will say, even I cried a little bit at this one because it's so sad. So sad. Because if you know the story of Medusa, you know who would the types of girls that would relate to Medusa. And so it's kind of some of these girls relating to Medusa. It's gorgeous though because we get a group of girls kind of talking about their experiences with life and people and so on. But be very careful if you decide to pick this book up. But it is gorgeous with girls figuring out that the patriarchy sucks.
It sure does.
And I probably will never read it again, but I did enjoy. Enjoy is also a word.
It is a word. Good job.
It
was very well done.
It was very well done. The points were very well made. And I think I would have benefited from reading it when I was younger. All right.
Black Mage.
This one was absolutely adorable. The art is super cute. It is another one that is geared a little bit young. So some of the villains are probably, unfortunately, more real than one would hope or wish them to be. But they are a little bit caricature-esque. I always loved in history class reading about Harriet Tubman, and I loved that, and some of those characters make an appearance in this as ghosts. I don't think
Nice.
that's a spoiler because they're in the first page. So.
Oh yeah, that's not a spoiler.
So it's just a super cute book. The girl, at first I hated her. She came around though. She came
good.
around.
That's
I
good.
figured she would since they look like friends on the cover. But
Yeah.
this one we already know.
Yep, sure do.
Immediately we know.
Sure do.
Might as well actually just rank this one with it.
Probably.
Because we all know. We know my opinion. We already know. This is a reread.
I went over this last one's ranking too.
Yes, obviously. We literally all know my opinions. I've not made that a secret.
No.
Therefore, we already knew where these were going. They're great books. If you do not like The Lord of the Rings, we cannot be friends.
Yeah, I mean to tell you. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be quite the bombshell for you to drop on me. Me make
Can you
that
imagine?
statement, and then you're like, oh, by the way, I guess we're not friends anymore. Okay, so The Fullness of Time. This one, it's fairly short. I don't remember precisely how long it took me. An hour or two. It's really short. And I noticed it didn't have great ratings, but I don't think that's deserved. It was very interesting. And I can't really tell, it's very short, so I can't tell you much about it at all. Other than it's timey-wimey. I had to throw that in there. Had to throw that in there. But
Well, it is called Fullness of Time.
yeah, so it's kind of trippy like that. I almost feel like if you do like Doctor Who, you might appreciate this book at least a little bit. But that's all I'm going to tell you about it. And I liked it. Okay, Reality. This one has a ton of well, okay, not a ton, but it's got a bunch of short stories. It is, I think, classified as horror, though. So if you don't like horror, you won't like it, I feel like.
Probably not.
But I was pretty hooked right at the first story. It was scary. It was also sad, and it was creepy. I liked the first story. I don't remember individually what I rated them, but I did like it as a whole. Some stories I liked a bit more than others,
Yeah.
but I rather liked the collection, so I'm going to put it in liked it. Because, as I said, with a book of short stories, you're not going to like every one of them the same. But I think as a general rating, I did like it. Okay, Paladin's Grace.
Yeah.
It was really good. We already have a video up about it.
Yes.
Plug. There you go.
Let's go check it out. It's really long.
Yeah, we had a lot to say.
We always do. I think that might be our longest book club one yet.
It
actually.
might be, because it's just a funny book. It's got a lot going on. So many plot points. It's got the romance. It's got the mystery. It's got a little bit of horror.
Yeah.
Because, of course, it does.
And fantasy.
And fantasy. Yeah. So, it's got what you need.
I love you. Keep going.
All right, The Invocations. This one, I've heard other people talk about it.
Yeah,
I think
it's very popular right now.
I think it does get some mixed reviews, but I really enjoyed it. Well, it's not negative, but some people didn't think it was as horror as, as proclaimed, I guess.
People are really particular about horror.
Yeah. And I would agree that it's not so heavy on the horror, but I liked it. I've read some that are kind of similar that I have not liked as well as this one. So it's very much a girl power, down with the patriarchy kind of
down with the big guy.
book. In this, only women can use magic, or it does amend that, and I liked the amendment, is women or people who are queer can use magic. And this one, I'm not sure it's a new favorite, but I really did enjoy it. I think it was 4.75.
Mm.
in my star ratings. So just a little under 5 stars, but super loved it. Okay, so newsprints. This one was really cute. I really liked the story on newsprints. It was good. The art was really cute. Liked the content, and it's got a lot of kind of non-binary it's hard to explain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just really cute. And I did enjoy reading it. It was very cute, very sweet, kind of friendships. Okay, Song of Silver Flame
Like night.
Like Night.
Yeah.
And this one I have the super pretty, gorgeous edging and cover, and also, I mean, the dust cover too. I definitely enjoyed the book. The ending annoyed me a bit, even though it's also a super cliffhanger.
Those are usually synonymous for me.
True.
Like, I'm like, if you give me a bad cliffhanger, I'm gonna be mad.
Rigidity, I guess, of some of the characters was a little irksome, especially in the ending. Kind of the almost self-righteous insistence, I guess, and the unwillingness to see any other perspectives. I mean, I understood. I got where they were coming from. However, they definitely were annoying in the ending. But I still did enjoy it. It was good. It was fun to read. There's lots of magic. And then Nick Blake. This one was so cute. It is middle grade, so keep that in mind. But it was so cute. It had a lot of mystery elements, but not so out of reach that a kid won't be able to figure it out. So I think it was just so well done for the age group it's targeting, whereas the mysteries aren't just handed to them, whoever is reading it, but they're not so complex that you wouldn't ever be able to figure them out either. So I loved that for it. And even when you can predict it, it doesn't take away the enjoyment. It's still fun. I knew I was going to like this book, and I definitely did. It's got everything. It's got hellhounds and dragons and magic and just all the fun kinds of things. So, yeah, I very much enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it, really, for all ages. Martha Wells,
Witch King.
Witch King. This one, I can't tell you much.
Then don't.
This one, I don't want to give away the whole plot, but it is really good. It obviously has a great deal of magic in it. There's all kinds of types of magic users. There's obviously the Witch King, and then there's different like groups, like the witches and kind of the demons and so on. And from the instant the book begins there's an almost instantaneous battle once the character you're following wakes up, and it keeps going from there. The only thing that might be a little off-putting for some people is the time jumping. We go from present to past very frequently.
Oh, okay.
But it is pretty necessary to understand the present and the past. But it can be a bit frustrating when you're jumping back and forth. But regardless, very good. The Drift. This one, I actually was a little misinformed on what this book was when I picked it up. It's the thing with it is it's not exactly zombies. If you don't like zombies, you might still be okay with this one, because I do not like zombie stories. Hate them, but I didn't mind this one because it's not precisely zombies. It's difficult to explain. I enjoyed it for what it was. I think, though, I didn't enjoy it as much as I would have if I ever had liked zombie stories. Then, this one was super cute.
Ghost of Sherwood?
Yeah, The Ghost of Sherwood. So it's a really short book, though. I almost would have been. I got as much story as needed, but I would have liked to have stayed in this world a little longer. But it's essentially about Robin Hood's children, and it's a lot of fun because, well, it's what you would expect from Robin Hood's children. Robin Hood and Marian's children. It's pretty much exactly what you would expect if they were real and they had 3 children. So I feel like it was a lot of fun to read, and the kids were cute and trouble. And it was just very, very cute. More or less the ending that I would have wanted to see for them.
Yay.
So, and then we have Viviana Valentine Gets Her Man. This one's a mystery, and it's set in kind of an old-timey, back when there were all the, I think they called them gumshoes, were around, and they were a commonplace thing, like Dick Tracy and all these kinds of things.
Yeah.
So, I did like this one. It was fun. There is a little bit of queer rep, not much, but there is a little bit. Just a sprinkling.
Just a smidge.
A smidge. So maybe not enough to really put it in the rankings of one, I would say, because
Yeah, it's not tagged that way.
yeah, so it's just a sprinkling. I was hoping for a bit more.
Yeah.
But there is truly just a sprinkle. Viviana is a character and a half. And I did enjoy following her in this mystery, where she's more or less, her boss has vanished and she's trying to find out what happened to him. And she not only gets her man, she gets a lot of them, and not in the romantic sense.
Good.
In the end, I don't think she ends up in a romance at all.
Yay, that's rare.
There was a little flirtation that happened, but yeah, it wasn't about that. Definitely there were hints, and I thought we were gonna go that way. It didn't, however, so I was rather relieved in a sense. So I liked it. It was fun to read about just this, I think in their wording, a plucky.
Oh yes, that was a big
yes,
word.
Very
plucky.
Very plucky, and she was fun. So, The Tempest of Tea. This one was a lot of fun. I don't want to give too much away. It has a lot of plot twists. Still in the
1900s, right?
Yeah, it's still in the older setting, historical, and I do enjoy a little bit of history stuff mixed into my mystery type fantasies. It makes it, not always, but it often gives it that added little pizzazz. So I did enjoy this one. It does leave you on a cliffhanger again.
Rude.
So that is unfortunate. I think if it hadn't left us on a cliffhanger, I probably would have ranked it a little bit higher. I was a little annoyed with where it left us. Not terribly, but I was a tad annoyed.
Yeah.
I don't like one of the romances in it. The other one, I don't care.
So same as most.
Yes. Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This one I liked as you can tell, quite a lot. I expected to like this one. It was a tad long in some places. Some spots did drag a little bit. But other than that, I did enjoy it. And this one, again, I didn't like one of the romances, but in fact, I was not intended to, as it turned out. So it was all fine and good. Okay. Hello? There we go. I almost DNF'd this one.
Really?
I just didn't
I'm
like it.
surprised.
I was bored.
Ah.
I was so bored. Nothing happened for a really long time. Yeah, she went to a kind of school. And I did like the sibling relationship. That was really the only reason I kept reading it. The supposed romance had zero interest for me of any nature. I'm almost tempted. I will not be continuing the series. I might move it into this.
That's rough.
I didn't have any positive feelings towards it.
Oh yeah, then it definitely belongs in there then.
I liked the siblings and that was it. And then this, the Tattooist, it was not that I didn't like this. I did DNF it, but it was not for the book. It was just the content. I decided I was not mentally ready for this.
Which is fair. It's a heavy book.
There's nothing wrong with this book. I mean, I don't know. I didn't finish it. But technically, I don't think there's anything wrong. I can't promise you since I didn't read it all. But it was not, that was not the reason I decided not to finish it. I technically knew what I was getting into, but I also decided that I wasn't ready for it. So that was what happened.
Well, sometimes you don't know that you are not mentally prepared for it until you start reading and you're like, oh no, I'm not there yet. Okay.
Yeah, and you can just feel the sadness coming and it's like, oh no, oh dear, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Leave me alone. So, yes.
Good overall then. Like, you have a lot up here for this month, which is surprising.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what my month was gonna look like. I did feel like it would be good with ones like this one. I expected to like these.
Yeah.
Obviously these were gonna be.
Yeah, clearly.
And also these were obviously going to be, because I already have read them. They're rereads.
Yeah.
So, but some of the others were surprising, and I didn't
in a
expect.
good way.
Yeah, good surprising.
Yeah. And we're gonna flip to my interior. There we go. So we're gonna flip to my notes because I don't remember how I feel about things. That's the wrong month. Do I know what month it is? Probably not.
I never know.
You're like, I apparently just decided I wasn't gonna comment. I don't.
You're like, I
This
feel
is
nothing.
literally the only comment on the whole thing.
You're like, I feel nothing. I have no feelings.
I think the problem was more I had too many feelings, so I just didn't write them down. It's fine. So these are again in no particular order. I think we forgot to say that at the beginning. Whatever, no particular order. So we're gonna start with, okay, no, I can't start with that one. We'll start with this one so I can go to the other one. That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I actually read this for Kayla over at Books and Lawless. Besties Book Club. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. But I actually loved it. So, because everyone said it's like a smut book. And I was like, well, I don't like that. I don't care about that. It's really not. There's like 3 spicy scenes. In the whole book, and they're really not that bad. And the plot and the characters are so good. Although I actually do like the characters in the couple more as separate characters than I like them together. But whatever, it's fine. And also all the side characters I adored. So I had a whole lot. The plot is so much fun. I had so much fun with this book. And I checked it out from the library because I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but then I immediately bought it when I was finished reading, so. However, the Mistletoe, which is the short story between book 1 and book 2 in the series, this wasn't as good to me. Probably because it's a short story, But like the whole relationship felt very rushed to me. There was like literally the same amount of spice as there was in the full novel, which did not work for me in a short story format. So the only thing I really liked was the talking sword named Alexis. So we're gonna put it in. Do I want to put it in math? Okay, for Alexis it gets liked it, but the Heart to Heart Anthology, the paranormal version, also gets to be a favorite. I was surprised because a lot of paranormal ones have like, you know, mates and stuff like that, which I generally do not like. But there wasn't really that much of that in this anthology. And I really, really enjoyed most of the stories. I actually enjoyed it more than the contemporary version, which I did not see coming. So I had a great time. Everyone's an alien when you're an alien too. I don't know what y'all are talking about with this book. I don't get it, I think. Maybe is the problem. I did not like it. It just was annoying to me to read. It just kind of felt depressing and pointless. I don't know.
That's unfortunate.
Because a lot of people really love this, and I'm like, I must be missing something, because I hated it.
I mean, I think we've all had that moment where everyone says, you'll love it, and you're like, I don't.
I don't at all. And it was long for no reason. I don't know. Paladin's Grace.
The way you said that. Paladin's Grace.
Because I don't know where I want to put it. It was so good. Obviously, we had a lot to say about it, so obviously we think it's good. And I love T. Kingfisher. But is it a favorite? I feel really bad putting A Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon as a favorite and not Paladin's Grace. But it does have a plot thing that I do not care for. Even though it was fine, I still don't care for it. So I think it has to go there just for that little plot point. But I still loved it though. It's so good. I obviously am continuing the series and I always loved T. Kingfisher. But I just think I'll like the ones later in the series probably even more.
Yeah.
So Cherry Magic, this is for volumes 1 through 5. This is freaking adorable. Yeah, that's gonna go my favorite. I haven't finished the series yet. I think there's 10 or 11 out right now. This is so cute. I wasn't sure because like I have very hit or miss with a lot of manga, and you'll see that in a minute. But Gavin recommended Cherry Magic, and I was like, well, if Gavin recommended, and the way he talked about it was really what did, because he does have a little bit different taste than I do in manga, but just the way he described it and everything, it sounded so cute. And it is so cute. So I love it. I need to get the rest of the volumes because I need to know what happens next, but they're so cute. The White and Blue Between Us. I don't remember where I even found this. I did not really care for this. There are a lot of things about it I didn't care for. The thing that the main character did to the love interest, I just felt like was so unnecessary. And then, you know, they come back years later and just like the main character just expects to be forgiven. And just like if they're annoying enough, love interest will have to talk to them. I don't really like that. There was some like non-consent or dubious consent, which again, very, very not on board with. Do not like that at all. Did not feel like the main character should have been forgiven like they were. The relationship, I didn't really feel it anyway, but I really just disliked the main character, so unfortunately, not for me. The Heartbreak Handshake. This was cute. So this had Ace Rep, which is why I picked it up. I liked it. I thought it was really cute. I just kind of wish there was more story to it because it ends really abruptly, which I was like, even if it wasn't like a lot longer, I wish the ending at least was a little bit longer.
Page or two.
Yeah, because like it was a very abrupt ending, and I was like, wait, that's it? We're done? Like where's
You're like, where's the rest of it?
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I mean, it was very cute. I think one of the main characters also has autism, which again I can't speak to whether or not it was good representation, and the other character is non-binary. So I loved all of that, but the ending, I wanted more. I wanted more ending. But I really enjoyed it other than that. I think I really enjoyed it in the moment, so we're still gonna do it. I loved it, even though I'm like, also because like if I wanted more to it, then obviously I was enjoying myself too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put in loved it. Pokemon Adventures. This is Collector's Edition 1, so it's like volumes 1 through 3, I think. I haven't read this since I was a kid, and I have recently rediscovered my love of Pokemon. So, oh no. I think I'm gonna put in favorite. I had an absolute blast. I was worried that I wouldn't like it as much as I liked it when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's always the worry when you read
Yeah.
something you loved as a child. It's like, because is this going to ruin my
childhood, basically, yeah. No, if anything, it enhanced it because, like, I enjoyed it more, I think. Although I'm not sure I ever fully read the manga as a kid. I watched the show,
Yeah.
which is slightly different. So, but no, I had a great time. I read all of it in like one sitting, and my eyes regretted that decision, but I had a great time. Love and Other Disasters. This was cute. Okay, so I avoided this book for a long time because even though I adore this author, I do not like reality TV in books. Or any kind of like show, any celebrities, none, I don't like any of it.
It is a little hard to portray, I feel like.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like the dynamics. I don't really watch TV because I don't really like it that much. So, especially not things like reality competition shows. Absolutely not. I don't like them. So I avoided this book for a long time, even though I adore the author. But I finally read it because I was like, if anyone's gonna make me like it, it'll be Anita Kelly. And I did. I had a great time. I still didn't like the TV elements as much, but everything else I had such a great time with. And like this character, I think their name is London, I'm pretty sure, actually comes out as non-binary on the show, and so it talks about like the backlash that they had to deal with and stuff. Really well done. Dahlia had her own problems on the show. It was really cute. It was really good. Perfect Blend. I had a really good time with this one too. I actually like this also had some older characters in, like not old, but like in their 30s, which I enjoy. It was really cute. The main character owns a coffee shop, which I love in books. I think it's gonna go and loved it as well. It's just a former classmate comes to town during Pride Week at the main character's small town and like ends up to write a story about their Pride Week, and ends up helping with a lot of stuff. It's very cute. There's like a drag show that I would have killed to have to actually be able to see like as a video, but it's a book, so that's not gonna happen. But I wish I could have seen it. Upside Down. I know, I do it every single time. I'm like, gosh dang it, brain. This is also really cute. This is also a sexual rep. The main character is actually trying to figure out where like their sexuality is on the spectrum, but he thinks it's somewhere in asexuality. It is also really, really cute. Gosh darn it. So I haven't been following my notes at all. Also, the main character is a librarian, which we love. And I found the main character very relatable, being super, super awkward. Yeah. Also, all their friends and, like, their bus crew are the most adorable humans. And I love them all so much. I should see if there's more in, like, this, if it's, like, a series or anything, because I would love to stay with those same characters. I think that one's going to go on favorite, actually. I really enjoyed that one.
Nice.
I really enjoyed that one.
You gotta have those librarians in your books,
I
man.
know! There was so much talk about books. That was the other thing that made it, like, so good. I'm like, ace rep, and you're talking about books, and you're kind of, like, geeky and awkward. I love it.
Cute.
So much. And, like, the other, the love interest is, like, such a cinnamon roll. I love them.
Oh, is that why you texted me?
No,
I love
that's a different-
cinnamon roll.
Different book. But I do still love a cinnamon roll. I'll probably mention that in the next month's ranking, because that was this month I read it.
Oh, okay.
I do love a cinnamon roll, though. Blackouts. This is actually an anthology, but all following, like, this... Is it considered an anthology if they're all kind of following the same thing?
Yeah, I think it still would be. I don't know this book specifically, but I would assume so.
All the stories follow where there's a blackout in New York. And so that's kind of, and it's following different people all during the blackout. And it's by a bunch of different authors. And it was so good. I heard people didn't like this. I don't know why. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. There's like maybe one or, One story I wasn't like a huge fan of, but all the rest were really solid, so I don't know. I had a good time anyway.
That's what matters.
Boyfriend with Benefits. This was cute. It took a while for the main character to pull his head out of his ass, but it was still cute. It was a little rushed because, again, this was like a shorter story, so I would have liked to see them for longer, or like more involved, or like more ahead of time, because it mostly focuses on this trip they take to, it's a work trip to Vegas, and because the main character's roommate goes along to pretend to be his boyfriend, and mostly what you see is like in Vegas. I would have liked to see them a little bit more like before the trip and after the trip, but the roommate Gordo was literally like perfect. I mean, almost like too much, almost too perfect, but I adored him. Again, cinnamon roll. I have a type. I love cinnamon rolls. I think that one's gonna be a liked it. Stubbed Toes and Dating Woes. This was cute. It was a bit age gap, which isn't my favorite, but they were like 28 and 38, so I don't mind that as much. And one of the characters is autistic as well. Again, I don't know how good the representation was, but it was there. I feel like this one was just okay. Like it was, I don't have anything really bad to say about it necessarily, but they like make out that it's going to be a big deal because it's like the brother's best friend thing, and they make it seem like it's going to be a big deal and like the brother's going to lose his mind, and he doesn't really. Like, you go into the book where they've already like been in love with each other for like a decade or something crazy, but you don't get the scene of it, so you just have to kind of accept that they love each other even though you don't really see it and you don't really feel it. So I don't know, it was fine. Cat Plus Gamer. This is volume 4, by the way. I don't like this one as much as the first 3. I think I just gonna put it and liked it. It was still cute, but I didn't like it as much as the first 3, and it's not the fact that they introduce a new cat. The new cat is cute. And I think it does show pretty well that it can be very chaotic if you're introducing another new pet to an existing one. So that part was good, but there was like a weird focus on the main character like needing to lose weight that I didn't really appreciate, considering she's already very, very thin. And I thought it was kind of weird in like a cozy cat.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Manga. So anyway, I didn't enjoy that as much, but Wild is the Witch. This made me cry.
Ooh.
Which I'm mad at it for. But no, it was really good. It was not all was words.
Words are hard.
Words are so hard, man. It was not what I was expecting. It was a lot more emotional than I was thinking it would be, and like harder topics than I was thinking, because I thought it was going to be kind of lighter. It's not really. I know a lot of people didn't like it because they thought like the romance swallowed it. I didn't think it did. I still liked it, but also it didn't end how I thought it would, but the way it ended was, I think, the best way for it to end, even though I was like, that's not kind of what I was expecting. I think I'm gonna loved it, even though it made me cry, and I'm still mad about it. The 5-Day Plan. I have mixed feelings about this one. I think it's gonna go and liked it. There was parts of it I really enjoyed, but like the beginning, I'm like, this character, this one, is so annoying. I mean, he gets better because there's a time jump, so you jump like 3 or 4 years in the future, and he matures, luckily. And I also found his family so annoying.
Oh.
Because they could not just leave well enough alone. And I'm not gonna say what else they did, but I like these two together by the end of it, like after the time jump and everything. They were cute and I enjoyed them, but the family, I was about to wring all of their necks. If you take out the family, it would be bumped up to loved it, but I just couldn't stand family. Just Stu, this was cute as well. The main character, John, was definitely a little bit dense at times, but I still enjoyed it. They're very cute. I loved, apparently this is the second one in the series, and I just read this one, but I loved the John's neighbors. They were so funny. again, I was one of those, I wish I had more story, I feel like. It didn't quite have enough story for me. So I think it's gonna go there. Out of character. I really like this one as well. I was really happy. So one of the main characters is like trying to kind of turn their life around and quit being like they were. I don't want to give any spoilers. They were not a great person in their past, and they're trying to kind of turn it around. And I really expected there to be like a third act, like mess up, going back to their old selves, you know, kind of moment. And I was like, I don't want that. I don't want this. I hate that. And it never happened.
Which is good.
Which is amazing. I was so proud. Again, the relationship moved up a little bit fast, but they're like, oops. But they're like 20-something guys. So, you know, I'm not that shocked. Well, like, they're still in, like, university, I think.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not that shocked. Are they in university or just out of university? I don't remember. I'd have to go back. This was a long time ago in my brain. I really enjoyed it. I think it's gonna be a new favorite.
Oh.
I had a really good time with it. It helps that there's like a card game at like the central part of the story, kind of like, you know, Magic the Gathering would be or something like that. I have no idea if the game is real or not. I didn't look it up. So that was a lot of fun too. And I loved a lot of the side characters. How to be a normal person. This is also an ACE rep. I just realized I read a lot of ACE rep in last month. Not mad about it at all. There was a lot of secondhand embarrassment in this book. There was a lot. Which normally I don't like, but it was also kind of cute. Again, I really enjoyed the ACE rep in it. I think I loved it. It feels wrong to not give TJ Klune a favorite, but I don't think it's a favorite by him. But I did love it. Unfamiliar 2. I also love that. It's very cute, very witchy. It like goes back and forth between very like wholesome, adorable to like absolutely horrifying. But it balances it so well. Can't say much about it because it's the second one, but it's very cute.
Yes, tell everyone about the second book.
What's the second one? I don't even know if there's gonna be a third one. The way it ended, you feel like there's going to be, but I don't know that there is. If there is, I don't think it's out yet. Introducing Mr. Right Now. I thought I would like this one more than I did. It's in the beginning especially. I really enjoyed it in the beginning, but kind of the further it went on, I was like, kind of thought the reason for like their fight was kind of dumb. Even though I also partially understand it, but like y'all just talk to each other. So it feels wrong to put it there because I feel like I liked it less than I liked Just Do. Okay, gonna drop it down. What is the name of this? I can't read that. What does that say? It's Mistletoe and Mishigas? Mishigas?
Sure.
I'm not Jewish. I'm so sorry. I don't know. This was very, very cute, too. So it's a first grade teacher and the janitor. And the janitor has very severe PTSD. And the first grade teacher gets transferred to the same school. And something that happens, anyway, is very, very cute. Like a lot of very, very grumpy sunshine. If you like that, it is like the grumpiest sunshine to ever grumpy sunshine. So if you like that, you'll have a great time. But it's very cute. I did think that the janitor character changed quite a bit by the end, but I guess if you get really comfortable with somebody, you do come out of your shell quite a bit. So, but only really around that person. So, which is kind of what happened. So, I give it a pass for that, but there is a big change from the beginning to the end. And I loved it. I loved it a lot. And then, oh no. Masters of Death. This sure was a DNF. It's not that I hated it. I wasn't hating it. It just, I didn't care, really. There's just so much going on, and it's so convoluted, and I just don't care. I didn't care what happened. Like, I don't know why. I just wasn't really connecting with any of the characters. There was just too much going on, and there kept being more and more and more and more new characters introduced, and I'm just like, at this point, half these people, I don't know who they are. And it was a softy enough at the time. I don't know if it's going to remain a softy enough. It might become hardy enough at some point, but for now it's a soft DNF. But so not that it was bad. If I had to like rank how I felt about the first however much I read, 200 pages, it would go and it was fine, but I didn't finish it, so you know. So there's my ranking. Hooray!
How many books did you read?
28. Although obviously they're not all on here because 5 of them were the same manga.
Yes.
But yeah, 28. And like so many of them were Kindle reads. When I'm stressed, I read Kindle books. I don't know why. It's a thing. So that's what a lot of these were. But I'm not mad about it really because so many were up here. So I only had a couple that were like, no. But
in total, I think we both had a fairly good.
We did. We had a
fairly good
we had a
reading.
good month. Although, strap in for next month's ranking.
Oh yeah.
Because we're both gonna have 30 to talk about. We're gonna be here for a very long time. So next month, make sure you have a drink and something to eat because it's gonna be a long one. But
well, I can already tell you it'll be a ride on the next one.
oh yeah, it's been a month already, and it's the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't.
For us, it's the 5th.
Yeah, it's the 5th of April when we're filming this.
Just a hint. I've already DNF'd too.
Which is I think more than you've DNF'd any.
I've
in
been
any month.
trying to not DNF, so.
You should just DNF if you want to DNF.
I know.
I haven't either, and I've have like ones that I probably should have DNF'd. I've got a couple of 2s, and that rarely happens for me, but
I believe that's all for March, so catch us next time. Thanks for listening to Magic and Mayhem. All right, bye.